I do, I know that you sit on the Ohio Supreme Court
Yes.
as a justice, and you're one of the first African Americans to do so.
Mm-hmm. I'm the first African American woman to sit on the court in 208 years. I'm the third African American, but the first one in 37 years. The last one was Justice Lloyd Brown, who left the court in 1973.
Yes. That's awesome.
It is a humbling honor. I so wish my grandmother were alive to see this, because to come from where she started in life, to not have the opportunity for significant education, a woman who took in laundry and cooked and sacrificed everything, cleaned floors for us. I so wish she were alive to be able to see that one of her grandchildren has accomplished this. And I always tell everybody, you never have to worry about me doing anything bad, because I still think my grandmother's hand would come down from heaven and snatch me up. So she is a guiding force in my life. I will never do anything to dishonor her, and everything that she put in us to make sure that we'd have opportunity.
My grandmother used to deconstruct the news. So if we watched the news on television, she would say what wasn't being said. And we didn't have the word deconstruct at that time,
right.
But I know that's what she was doing. And I know that your grandmother had to reinterpret, and your mom had to reinterpret your world in order for you to have the stamina to get through it, because it doesn't sound like it was a walk in the park.
No.
And can you remember one of the things she might have shifted for you? The story you told in the beginning where she said, and so.
Right.
That's one of them. But can you think of a time when she came in, that the word she said changed how you saw something?
Oh, I can vividly, because it's the reason I'm here. When my professor, my advisor in college, suggested I go to law school, I came home to my grandmother and I said, Granny, you're not going to believe this professor wants me to go to law school. I mean, really? 3 more years of college? I'm not doing 3 more years of college. I will be 25 years old when I get out of college. That is ridiculous. And I'm going on and on with all the passion of a 20-year-old, right? My grandmother, who liked to crochet, she's sitting in this oversized chair crocheting. She doesn't even look up at me, because I think in her mind she's saying, this foolish child. But I go through my whole reasons why I can't go to law school. And she crochets, and when I finally finish, she goes, well, if you're going to live to be 25 anyway, why not be 25 and be a lawyer versus 25 and not? I mean, so I was like, all right. I mean, she had a point. Yes. If I was going to live to be 25.
You might as well be a lawyer, too.
So it completely shifted my way of thinking. And she had that way. And this is kind of humorous, less serious than that. But when I was 16, all styles come and go. And I was always, they call them thick now, but I was the chubby kid in high school. Now you're thick. Well, the straight leg jeans were in, right? I remember bounding down the steps. I had on my cute straight leg jeans. I was on my way out the door. She could cut you without a knife. My grandmother looked at me and she said, not every style is for everybody. I froze. I thought I was cute. I burst into tears, ran back upstairs to change clothes. So let's just say she had a way with words.
So now, flash forward, you're a mother. I know that you have at least 2 children. 3. Oh,
yeah.
Well, congratulations 3 times.
Thank you.
Tell me about how you now, sitting where you sit on the Supreme Court of Ohio,
right,
How do you relate to them? I mean, now you're looking at them as your grandmother or your mother. We're looking at you. How do you navigate that?
Well, it's interesting because I understand so much more, right? Because my mother, she was a strong disciplinarian, but I understand now that she didn't have time, like my husband and I do, to sit with our kids and talk. My mother was working 2 jobs. She needed compliance and she needed it now. There was no like, what's your thought about this? What's your opinion? It was do it because I said do it. So I often say to my kids, because my mother, of course, is very different with my children than she was raising me.
Oh, yes.
I don't even recognize this woman. And so whenever my kids would be like, well, I'm going to call grandma, I'm like, she raised me. Where do you think I got it from? So the thing that I hope I've passed on to my children is about really working hard and being good at what they do, not making excuses. I really hope I've modeled for them and instilled in them that life is really a marathon, and you have a responsibility not just to go to work and go home, but to really give something back to your community, to really make sure that you leave the future better than you inherited it. So that's really what I hope for my kids. They will tell you, my middle daughter will say, now my mom crazy, so don't be coming over here, like whenever she would bring a boyfriend home, to be like, she a little bit crazy, so just go with it, just follow my lead. And then my youngest son is 15, and a couple of years ago, yes, bless me, but it's better than the 15-year-old girl. So we never thought she'd live to be 18, But a couple of years ago, I got honored by this organization as Mother of the Year. And my son looked at me when I came home, telling me, he goes, who voted for that? So, so they keep me humble.
So you're not the Supreme Court
no,
justice at all.
I am just their mom. And when I come home, just like every other mom, they want to know what's for dinner. That's it. So life is good.
So
I've been blessed.
That brings me to the next piece. How do you navigate the huge responsibilities that you have on the court with family life in general, the responsibilities of the family?
Well, I have to say, ladies, marry well. It matters who you choose to partner with. My husband is the reason I can have this wonderful career. And if I ever try to divorce him, he'll use this tape against me. But my husband is a high school teacher, and so early in our marriage, he was always like, you go do what you need to do. I got this. So I would always drop the kids off in the morning. He would pick them up. And so I could stay at work till 6:37 and then come home and have the rest of the evening with the kids. He was totally fine because he got off work every day at 3:05. So I never had to worry about what the kids were doing during the summer, during Christmas breaks, because he had a schedule that matched them, and he was totally comfortable being with his kids.
Yes.
I mean, I never had to do soccer practice, dance rehearsal, dentist treatments, none of that. He was always there. And so that's how we've made it work. And I say to all young couples, every family has to figure out how it works. What works for me may not work for you, but if you're going to have children, you have to figure it out. Figure out how you're going to balance.